Yo, welcome to another video, guys. Today we are going to be talking about the Ancient Punisher. And believe it or not, even though her name sounds awesome, it's a she. It is not a he. Anyway, you'll see on the screen Vertihile. It's already there. He is going to be a must. This is a free-to-play friendly team. Very free-to-play friendly, actually. Everyone should be able to make this team, ideally, unless you just started playing the game, basically. But I've seen a lot of people using some AoE monsters like Eureka and saying she works amazing. And possibly that could work. But there's one thing that I do suggest. I suggest not using any AoE monsters if you don't have to, okay? A lot of people are forgetting this here. So she has a reverser passive. So every time that, in addition, the attack bar of all allies will be increased by 50% according to each of their attack speed when they are attacked. A lot of people are missing that. So you actually don't want AoE. You don't want to be hitting the side towers, okay? Why? Because these towers are pretty damn good. So this one is going to increase the attack bar of the ally, which is usually going to be the Punisher, with the lowest HP status by 50% and give it 2-turn attack speed. And then this one is going to weaken the attack power for 2 turns of all enemies, and it's going to cleanse the boss out of everything. So I suggest you don't hit them, because even if you're slowing them, you're still giving them 50% attack bar, alright? So that's first and foremost. So this is the team, very free to play friendly, alright? I'm going to go over why I'm using this so you understand exactly why. Maybe get an idea of how to replace one of these if you actually don't have it, or just need to, or want to test it, maybe make it faster. This is a free-to-play friendly video, so if you've got better monsters that perform some of these tasks, obviously you can swap them in, right? Alright, so we have the Vertihile. The reason he's here is because of his passive, right? More turn cycling, attack bar for our own team. And then we have the leader skill. The leader skill, 28% more speed in the dungeons, right? So now the ping. There to apply the slow. You need to apply a slow on the boss. It is detrimental, alright? If not, he is just so fast. And then on skill 2, she does dots without reducing attack bar, because if you reduce this boss's attack bar, he gains an instant turn. The rock, he's there as damage. He's there to basically deal damage. He's gonna be my primary defense breaker, and also to turn cycle the skill cooldowns of my team, so that Vigor, for example, can get his defense break back, can get his skill 2 heal back. So moving on to the Vigor. So the Vigor's awesome. You've got another defense break, and it's 3 turns. It doesn't matter that it's 3 turns, it just matters that he actually can also defense break. But more importantly, he gives us a speed buff. To kind of keep up with the boss a little bit. And on top of that, it does the anti-crit. So the anti-crit is going to serve as a form of sustain for your team to be able to live. And he also heals with his skill too. So very good. Alright, so now we've got the Vampire Lord. So the Vampire Lord, he actually does a slow and an attack break on his skill 2, which is very good for this dungeon. But on top of that, he gives us more sustain. He has the vampire effect, which means that every time they do damage, they're going to be healing themselves, and the attack buff. So he's here to buff the whole team's attack buff, so you can actually kill the boss. And then on top of that, guys, because he's dark, the boss actually does a very heavy single target damage move, and because he's dark, he is going to be there to tank the actual boss. Alright, let's take a look at a run. Let's see how it goes. Guys, you know, because of RNG, this team can really fluctuate on the times. I'll be honest with you, I've gotten it as fast as a minute 16, but I wouldn't say to expect those kind of numbers. You can expect closer to a minute 45 to 2 minutes, sometimes even, depending on if you just can't land the defense break. It could go above 2 minutes, but it's pretty rare. Now right here, I mean, Look at all those buffs, man. Look at all of those buffs, man. Your team is just not gonna die, man. I've also, I guess I'm running a shield set. I wasn't even, I honestly didn't really, I wasn't aware of it. But now I remember it's on the Vigor. You probably don't need the shield set. You should be okay without that. But yes, you again, like I was saying, if you've got any other monsters that you think can kind of replace some of this, and just to make it faster, then by all means go ahead and test it out. This is basically a free-to-play friendly team. So there we go. So the Vigor goes first here, followed by the Vertihile, followed by the Ping, and then followed by the Vampire Lord, finishing up with the Rock. Okay, so the reason for the Vigor going first is for this reason here at this boss, so that he can actually be the just buff up the anti-crit, buff up the speed, or actually set it up with a 3-turn defense break. Set it up with that 3-turn defense break and you're good. And then you can see the Vampire Lord actually does do his skill 2 here. He doesn't like to do it in the Steel Fortress, but here he's pretty good about it. And there you go. You saw him just tank the tank, and that hit no problem. No problem at all, and it's GG. So let's take a look at how fast this run was. It's looking like, yeah, see, closer to like a minute 45, like I said. So a minute 47, but not too bad. It's very, very consistent, guys. Very consistent. All right, so let's see how this one goes. I mean, but again, look at all those buffs, man. All of those buffs, it's definitely enough sustain. You really don't need the immunity. If you can squeeze in some sort of immunity like a Velojule, I mean, it could help you. I'm not sure. You would need to test. You can replace either the Pang, the Rock. I really don't know. You would need to test. I personally haven't tested it myself. The reason you could use some immunity is because the boss actually absorbs one of your units' attack bar, and for me it's usually the Vampire Lord. Another thing you can do is you can just put the Vampire Lord on like double will if you wanted to. I will be showing the runes probably after this run, or you can put him on very, very high resistance. With these artifacts too, once you get an artifact that reduces damage, incoming damage from light, that would be great to put on him, and it'll be either whatever, I think he's a tech, or just a dark artifact, right? So they just keep that in mind. If you do have one of those, why not, if you're going to be using him here. But look at that, he procs, no problem, gets the boss, the attack break, the slow, and once we get this defense break, he kind of just goes down pretty quick. There we go. Look at Rock. Now he's like, let me show them how it's done. But as you can see, I mean, my team's basically never in trouble. My team is really just basically never in any trouble. It's just plenty of sustain. Very, very safe team. There's that, that secondary backup defense break. So we've got a backup slow and a backup defense break, and boom. This one I think was a little bit faster than the other one. Never mind. A minute 55. So like I said, closer to a minute 45 to 2 minutes. Once in a great while, it will jump over the 2-minute mark. So now let me show you guys the runes, obviously. Okay, so I'm going to show you guys the runes now, and I mean, I don't know what kind of rune quality you guys have. Hopefully you can replicate some of this. I don't think you need as good runes, but you are going to need some good rune quality, guys. I'm sorry if you're like early mid game or early game. It's not the team. It's going to be your towers or your runes that hinder you from beating this, all right? So if you are early mid game, probably start farming for runes, honestly, and your towers. So this is the Vertihile, Violent Revenge, speed, crit rate, HP. So just standard build, right? Standard build. The ping is on Violent Revenge as well. Speed, crit damage, HP. You want some HP because you want to just make sure they can survive. You could go attack and make it faster. Now notice she's got plenty of accuracy. One thing I will mention, guys, it's been data mined now, and you only need 24% accuracy. I don't know why, but that's all you need for both dungeons. All right, that's the accuracy cap, 24%. So I used to run an accuracy rune on here until I learned it. So and now she just got this accuracy through subs anyway. So this is my rock. He's a Violent Blade. Again, like I said, pretty slow, heavy damage build, 91 crit rate, 181 crit damage, and he's got plenty of accuracy himself. So attack, crit damage, attack on the rock. Ideally, I might need or want a little bit more HP, but right now this just works. And you'll notice he does have an artifact already, but it's only +6, you know, so don't think like, oh my god, he's already got artifacts and he's showing these teams, blah blah blah. It's +6, relax. And it's just because of this, right? An extra 2% damage when attacking together, so his team up. And then crit rate increase effect. This doesn't matter, guys. As far as I know, you need to have a crit rate buff for that to be active. So I'm legit doing just 2% more damage with my team up. Now, the Vampire, Violent Blade, speed, attack, crit damage, and HP. So he's pretty good. He's probably got the best runes out of any of them. You can go speed, crit damage, and HP. You don't need attack if you can't get this kind of speed with these subs here. Again, 24 actually is all you need, so he's great at 26. And then the Vigor. The Vigor's actually the Vigor's got very good runes as well, but he could use a bump in crit rate. They're not amazing, but it happens. I just don't, I can't squeeze everything in here running him at this speed. You obviously don't need him this fast, and you don't need him on crit damage. You can go speed, HP, HP. You could run him on shield. It seems like the shield does help out a little bit at the boss, but you don't. So you can go energy, violence, basically whatever, guys. Alright guys, so that's going to be it. Let me know in the comment section below what you think of this team. Are you running it? What tweaks to it would you make? Or what teams are you running? Let me know in the comment section below. Do you guys already have a speed team? Because that's what I'm working on next, and we'll see if I can crack it. But this is your free-to-play Punisher's Crypt team. You didn't know? Now you know. You know.